Hi, my name is Jen. Welcome to my channel, All of My Plants. In today's video, I'm continuing right where I left off with the last video. You don't have to watch that one to watch this one. I'm just attempting to make some order out of chaos. Basically, I'm resetting this room and trying to get it ready for spring. Because believe it or not, I know it's February, early February. It's not the beginning anymore, I guess. I've lost some time. I don't know where it went, but I lost it. Spring is coming. That's the point. Spring is coming. Not that you could tell right now, my yard is an icy lake. It's never going to melt. It's been there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's been there for a while. But anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to get this room kind of just looking better. You know how you work with a space or work in a space for a while and you kind of get to know over time what does and does not work in that space, what is practical and what is not. Things that just really aren't working. So yeah, I've been working on that. I'm currently going to take these rugs. I have a rug on the floor back there underneath that. Yeah, just a little area rug there. I'm going to take that and throw that in the washer. And I had a runner that went down the center of this room. I'm going to throw that in the washer as well. That way when I get done, hopefully they will also be done and dry and I can throw them back on the floor. Because they're full of so much dirt and cat hair, it's not even funny. And the floor needs a good scrubbing anyway. Dang, I forgot one. There's one here in the doorway. Okay. I've got saucers and plants all over the floor right now. I'm going to attempt to pick some of that stuff up, put the plants away, things like that. Surely I won't get them all out of the floor, but it would be nice if I got some of them. Like, there's just random stuff everywhere. Why? Why am I like this? Collection of saucers over here. I've got to go through that shelf too, eventually. This had root mealies. I don't know if I already mentioned that. It's the philodendron burley marks variegated, which is doing okay, surprisingly, but yeah, it did have root mealies. I treated it with systemic. I actually don't see any in the cover pot anymore. It being black inside made it a lot easier to see those little white floofs, like the powder residue, whatever it is that they leave behind. I'm probably going to treat it again in a few weeks, but yeah, so far so good. So far so good. I like this plant. I don't know where to put this plant. I guess for right now I'll stick it on this shelf. Just want the things out of the floor. That is the goal. This is so dry it needs water. One of the Anthurium luxurians radicans crosses. It's okay, just needs some water. I still have 4 of those, and I did say that I was looking to have less of those, in part to thin down my collection. There's one there, one out there, one here. I think there's one back here somewhere. Yeah, one here. So, yeah, I gotta do something about that. I really need to cut the other leaf off of this Anthurium so it fits here better. Scissors. Snips. It's not a very good looking leaf anyway, so I don't think it'll miss it. But that way it'll sit more like I want it to. This Hoya probably could use some water and light. Look, I'm getting distracted. I'm already ignoring the floor. I just don't know what to do with it, and it kind of ends up getting put off because of that. I can't remember the name of this Hoya. but I think it has orange flowers. Right now it has a serious case of dehydration. That's what it has. Alright, back to the floor. This Finlaysonii, I'm going to set this aside because I'm hoping this video to chop this up and start it over. I mean, it's okay. It's alright. It does flower. It's just never fully hydrated. It's in a ceramic pot, like it's potted in here, so I can't like pull it out and see what's going on with the roots. I think it's just not, like the soil is depleted, I'm assuming. I've never seen any sign of root mealies, but that doesn't mean that there aren't any in there, or that something else isn't going on. I don't know, for the longest time this had flat mites, and I struggled for about 2 years to get rid of the flat mites. Finally did, and now we've got something else going on. So we're going to investigate that and chop it up, I'm pretty sure. At least some of it's getting chopped back for sure. I'm going to set it aside for the moment though. Up off the floor. I had planned to set it up here. I guess I can do that for now. Random cork. It's for these propagation vessel things I got. I kind of love them. Maybe I should locate them because I might use them today. I might do that. Like this. That's, you know, the little cork top. And this is just plastic, but I got them on Amazon. I'm sure I overpaid for them because they were like listed as like wedding favors or something like that. I think I paid $20 for 12. 20 some odd dollars for 12, which I don't know, it's plastic. If they were glass, maybe I'd understand it a little bit more. I don't know. But back on track. Oh, currently one more plant on the floor that needs to come up, and it's the Monstera aurea. It's the one with 2 in the pot, and one is leaning. Makes it look very sad. It's a pretty plant though. It's pretty. I have a bunch of these around. Like, it's okay. It was a little thirsty. I watered it last night after I finished recording. So the last video for me was yesterday, which was Saturday. Today is Sunday. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm not going to watch. I was going to, but I don't know. I feel under the weather a little bit, and I just don't want to go around a bunch of people potentially ill. So I'll be staying home and playing with you guys. So yeah, that's that one. I'm just gonna set it on this plant stand, which seems like it's gonna fall the hell apart. Okay, anyway, cup. I use that to refill the humidifier because it's a big cup. Alright, that's some better. There's some walkway. There's still random things on the floor. Oh. This plate that I use to catch drips, just a plastic plate, and this cork that goes to, it's like a terrarium jar that I potted up forever ago. It was cuttings, a bunch of cuttings that I stuck in there. At one point in time it looked great. It was full, lush. Now it's kind of not. It's just not. I think it's been without any kind of nutrients for a long time, and I think there might be some root mealies in there. Some kind of mealies. I don't know. It's another bridge we're going to try to burn today. Or at least in this series of videos where I attempt to get my planty life together. This is gross. I'm going to go put it in the sink to be washed. Okay, so this end of the room down here that I was just working on looks okay. That end of the room, not so much. That tote there is full of pots, and I don't know what needs to be washed in there and doesn't. I haven't even looked in it. I just brought it in from the shed because my husband evicted it out of there. He's like, I need the room. So it's here, waiting for me to do something with it. Looks like a mixed bag. Some of them look clean and some of them have dirt in them still. Perfect. You ever just want to put a lid back on something and pretend like you never saw it? That's where I am with that. There's even more like pots here, over there, there, and some on those shelves that are behind you, but I think those shelves, the ones on there, I think are clean. I'm gonna wash all of these, I guess. Do I wash this one? Yeah, it had the Vitarifolium in it. Like just the cover pot. I hate that I'm such a messy human being, and I do occasionally like try to fix it. This is a cover pot. Where did I put the sauce? I just saw the saucer on the floor. I think I stuck it over there. I guess it'll be fine. I'll just wash the rest of it. I keep trying to fix the fact that I'm a messy human being. You know, like instead of putting things off. That's my big downfall, I think, is that I was just like, oh, I'll get it later. And then I put later off, and it accumulates, and I end up with this, you know. I'm human, and I try. That's all I can say for myself. Maybe I don't try hard enough. I don't know. I've got a bunch of like random plant hangers and trellises and stakes and things just sitting everywhere. It is my deepest desire to just throw them in this closet. But if you saw the last video, then you know that closet, there's some things going on in there. It's scary in there. That door is to remain forever shut until I have to go in there, which will be the middle of spring for my summer clothes. I'm just going to put these in here for now, because once I've washed everything and figured out where it's actually going to live instead of a tote in the middle of the floor, I will put it all away in a somewhat close neighborhood so that I can find it. Yeah, there's a thing of pawn sitting here. I don't know what was living in there, but I'm sure I killed it. I think there's more pawn over here too. There is something else that I unalived in pawn. I need something to put that in. I guess I can go throw a pot on the stove. How about I just go dump it in the pot instead of putting it in another container, taking it out of these containers, putting it in another container, to take it out of that container and put it in a pot. I have like a stainless steel pot, like an old one, that I use for that kind of stuff. Boiling pawn and leca and whatever. Yeah, I don't really even use it that much anymore. I think I have maybe a half a dozen plants in pawn or in leca. And most of those are going to be alocasia. I'm wondering, do I just throw it away? That seems wasteful. I'm sure I could give it to somebody. I'll boil it. I'll boil it. I don't want to contribute to filling landfills any more than I already do. I am such a consumer. I don't mean to be. It's hard to survive and consume no resources, though. Okay, while that blubs, I'll carry on. I know I'm going to want some of these pots today, these clear ones, for things that I'm repotting. I only see 2. 2 is more than I currently have available. Need to wash them. I've run out of room in the tote of things to be washed, by far. Cover pots, there's one of those little propagation thingies. 2 of them, actually. I'm going to set these over here on the shelf because I'll probably use those today. With the cork, I don't know where the little jar went. Yeah, I do. It's on my sink. I washed it. I found it last night and washed it. I'm going to get you a fresh battery and then move you closer because I realize I'm only 10 feet away, but it seems far. Gosh, what a mess. This is stuff I took off that top shelf there last night and just set in the floor instead of putting away. Bag of screws. Alright, hold up. Fancy stuff. Neem oil, copper fungicide, liquid 7 dust. I don't use that indoors. I don't know why it's in here. My husband probably also kicked that out of the shed. Hi, kitty. Shade. There's a half-dead plant over here behind me. Oh, that's a dead plant. Oops. It was Epipremnum skeleton key, which there's a cutting. I think this is Epipremnum skeleton key. A cutting of it here. I'm gonna get rid of this dead plant on a moss pole. It's so dry. It was shoved in the corner, like in between the wall and the shelf, and there was other stuff in the way, and it did not get cared for as it should have. So, yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. It should fit in this pot so nicely. Once upon a time, that can go to the wash pile too, I guess. How about these things over here? What are these? This has napkins in it. I'm not sure what that's about. Covered pot. Those also look dirty. Why do I let it accumulate? These are going to the moss pole graveyard, along with this one. I have what used to be my plant room upstairs, like that little closet area, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. It's got like a weird little alcove, nook area. I've kind of blocked that off with an enormous piece of furniture and made like a closet opening. So that's where dead moss poles go to retire until they need, or until I need them again. That's kind of where I'm storing them rather than taking them all the way apart again. I'm going to pull this one off and put it outside, flush it through, and I don't know, my hose is going to freeze. It's like 19 degrees outside. I'll just pull it off and I'll have to flush it through later. I'm not going to use it immediately, so it's fine. As long as I remember to flush it later. I'm going to go put this stuff away while I'm at it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to wash the pots that I know I'm going to need today too. And I'm not going to take you with me to do that because everybody's washed a pot before, I assume. It's not my favorite. So I'm probably going to just put on a podcast and do that, and then I'll be back when that's done. And then I'll carry on with this. Oh, I'm going to take this with me too. I might actually fill it up. It does make watering kind of easier just to kind of drag this around rather than refill the half-gallon watering thing I have. I think this is 2 gallon. It's, you know, the pump sprayer deal. That was probably really loud, sorry for that. Yeah, 2 gallon or 7.5 liters. So yeah, I'll do that and then I'll be back. Again, it has been some time. I went and made my husband some nachos for a snack. And I got those pots washed and I got the leca boiled. Not all of, like, there's still this huge bin of pots. I mean the ones that I know I'm going to use directly. I got those washed. Motivation is hard. Yeah, there's so much dirt on this floor. And my battery's gonna die and my filter is clogged. I need to bring the shop vac in here so I can get back in these little, like in between these things, because there's so much dirt up under there and I can't get to it with this. That's a bummer. Alright, I'm gonna set that aside. this light here, it's going in the closet of doom on that shelf that I'll probably never dig out of there. I guess that's better. I mean, it's not great, but it's better. I'm happy with it for now. Moving on. You know, this pole is just now mostly hydrated. It's still crunchy at the bottom. What the heck? Oh my gosh. It's heavy. It's not even made it to the pot. And there's only a few ounces left in there. I think the remainder will go through the rest of the pole. But I'm gonna go get some water and water the pot and finally water the Syngonium chia pens up there because it's dry. It's dry and it's been very patiently waiting its turn. So yeah. Let me switch out bags. Got another one somewhere. There's a little bit in this bag, so I'm just going to hang that up there for now. And because I have it hung higher, maybe you can see that one hanging there. That's where I'm going to hang this one as well. And hopefully it'll be high enough that gravity will still do its thing. And not melt on a light bulb. Can I get it up there? I don't think I can get to. Put this one back over here where it was until it's empty. Don't poke holes in it with the euphorbia. Or myself with the euphorbia either, please. Let go. Thank you. Okay. I'm not even worried about hydrating the top half of the pole right now. I just want, can you see where I stuck that? Like right there. I'm gonna set that on 250 milliliters an hour as well. Maybe by this time tomorrow, it'll be hydrated. I'm not seeing any liquid coming out. There it goes. Just took a minute. I had to open it on wide open. All right, back to 250. Okay. And now I'm just going to let that do its thing for a while. Yay. Some of the trays and pots, etc. that I just washed. Oh, I'm tired. It is not that late. I think it's like 7 o'clock. Alright. Paper towels. I just want to make this somewhat neater. I got window spray up here. I need to clean these cabinets, but that's not happening tonight. They have like a film dusty or something, I guess. I don't know. I will get around to cleaning them, but yeah. Just not right this minute. Hi guys. This is from my husband's tools. I have no idea what's in here. This looks like a takeout lid. I use these bags to cover, they're like organza or mesh bags to cover the inflows on anthurium to prevent cross-contamination, and then later I use them again to prevent the seeds from popping off and my cats potentially eating one, or my birds, or my dog, or whatever. But yeah, for some reason those bags are everywhere, and I haven't used one in over a year, maybe 2 years, but they're still everywhere for some reason. All right, the pots, are going here. I'm just trying to make some sense of this chaos. There are so many drip trays. I guess I got really sick of wet furniture at some point in time, or potentially damaging my furniture. Stacking pots and pots. I'm trying to pick up these trays so I can put this small pot in there. There we go. My hands didn't want to work. I forgot to wash this pot that goes with this saucer. Or cover pot that goes with this saucer. I'm not going to go do it right now. Surely not. I'm trying to nest them. That's why I keep picking them up, putting them down, picking them up, and putting them down. That is trash. I'm not saving the takeout container lid. I don't know why I have it, honestly. Okay. There's some plain pots. There's more behind me. On this side, I have some big pots here. Don't knock things over. Okay. More drip trays. A rubber duck. We had, I don't know, have you ever heard of the world's largest duck? Apparently it came to like the town closest to me and it was a big deal. And these ducks, these little, it's sun bleached now, it was yellow. These ducks were everywhere. Everywhere. My daughter was working at the marina at the time that it was here, so it was kind of, I guess, floating right there. I have some of the most random things in here. I got pots and pots and pots. Yeah. Yet another saucer. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. I'm gonna put it, don't be lazy. Put it with the other saucers, Jennifer. Stack them neatly inside one another. Okay. Are these all clean? That's amazing. They are. A couple little cover pots. Do I even have any plants this size anymore? I don't think I do. Like 2-inch pots fit in here. It says it's 2.5 inch, so I guess up to 2.5 inch. But I don't have any that small anymore because tiny pot dry quick. I probably either killed them all or up potted them all. Not sure which. Alright. Propagation vase. I've got more pots up here on this shelf. And a tiny teacup. Okay. More of those bags. These. I don't think this is clean. It's got some dried up plant bits in it. I don't know, it looks clean otherwise. Maybe it's just, it rained into it. I need a trash can down here. I'm gonna put that in there. Hey, I've been looking for that tape measure. I have no idea what this tool is or why it's in here. I'll put the little whacker up there. That's another takeout lid. Not the same one, is it? No, surely not. Where did I put the other one? Oh, there it is. I don't know. I've got some random screws. Clay saucer. Okay. Look at that. Beautiful. So, dead leaf. Plant Velcro, it's everywhere. I'm putting a lot of the like odds and ends plant stuff in one of these cover pots down here. These, my scissors, which I'll regret. Oh my gosh. It's a bunch of tails from zip ties that I left sitting there yesterday. I threw some on the floor over here too. Doesn't matter. I have to sweep the whole floor. The whole floor, not part of the floor, the whole thing. Alright, I'm gonna stick this on top. Yes. Alright, I'm gonna go throw that stuff away. I just keep finding more. These can go down here. That's those. My head's probably blocking them. Those propagation tubes, vases, things. Hair ties. Because apparently I always take my hair ties out in here but never put one in. More Velcro. What else? Oh. Phone holder for a tripod. I don't think I have that tripod anymore. I don't need that, do I? And a light meter. I wonder what the light is, like just sitting here. It's dark outside. How do I work it? There we go. We want lux or foot candles. So, like 70-foot candles just sitting here. Oops. 350 by this cabinet door, the glass cabinet. This is how you procrastinate. Just mess with everything you find. That goes on the bottom shelf here somewhere as well. Okay, I think that's most of the random junk cleaned off. Nope, there's a nail magnet back here. Why is a nail magnet in here? Have I ever done my nails sitting here staring at plants? No, never. Never. Put that away. Okay. This is fine. Okay, next. Okay. It's 8 o'clock, and I'm going to attempt to do something with this bottom shelf because it's a wreck. And there's even more cover pots. Just kind of sitting around, couple trays, saucers, whatever you call them. And I'm going to put that in a pile to be washed. I don't know what that is. That's a mess is what that is. Alright. But for now, I'm going to try to sort this out. The rugs are done washing, but I haven't put them in the dryer yet. I'll do that, and I'm probably going to go to bed after that. But I'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to propagate. Because at this point it feels like I'm just putting it off. This is the Hoya Polynura that I treated yesterday for root mealies. With systemic, so the spots are still just sitting there. I don't know. If you missed that video, it's just these little, let me see if I can get closer, white dots there. Maybe you can see it, and then there's one a little bit lower. It's not perlite. It looks like a mealybug, or like the floof of a mealybug, the powdery business. I don't know. And it's right on a root. Imagine that. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on it. Because I do have it in here with other plants. This is not ideal, what I've got going on down here. This looks terrible. I think I said that yesterday when I picked it up too. It's Syngonium albo. Which, to be fair, probably needs propagated. Again, because it's just gotten leggy. Half the leaves fell off. I don't know. This just needs to be cleaned up. I think this is Syngonium strawberry milk. It's not looking good. It got underwatered pretty severely, and I have been watering it, but I have not yet cleaned it up. Maybe I should just go ahead and do that. Let me go get the scissors. If you're going to do a thing, then go ahead and do the thing, right? Ugh. I'm motivationally deficient. I really do like this plant. It was doing fairly well. It's probably the slowest growing syngonium that I've ever seen, though. Honestly. Even outside in the greenhouse, it was not a speed demon as far as growth. This has probably set it back. I don't know what the roots look like. I guess I need to pull it out of here and have a peek at them. It's in a clear pot, I'm pretty sure. After I cut all these dead leaves off. That one just looks really bad. I'll get rid of that one too. Okay. I don't see any roots. Maybe I do, but they're darker if they are roots. Great. That's not a root. That's a marking on the inside of the pot. Okay. Because it's like perfectly circle. So, yeah, there's a 2. Okay, anyway. I don't see anything wrong. But I'm guessing it doesn't have a whole lot of roots. Oh, I see one at the bottom. Maybe you'll be able to see it going across there. I don't know. Not terribly exciting. I just dumped soil all on my hands. I don't know. I guess we'll let that continue to live in here. Maybe that'll help. This is a medium silver. Why does it sound like I'm lying? I think that's what it is. No, I'm sure that's what it is. I'm just not sure I'm saying it right. Second guessing myself. That looks fine. Hydrated. Nothing yucky going on in the pot. I don't see any roots either. There's 2 more of these around. And this is like the smallest one. I have one on a pole, another one in a pot somewhere, and this one. I don't need 3. I'm going to try to get one of my daughters to take one. I don't care which one, but at least one, because I don't need that many. I guess for now I can stay in there. This is supposed to be Cissus quadrangularis, but there's something in here that's decidedly not cissus looking. This here looks like the odd man out. You can kind of see it growing down there in the middle. This here. This is what I expect from little bitty Cissus quadrangularis propagations. I'm not sure where from we got the hitchhiker. I mean, that's all I put in here, right? I don't know. I'm just going to let that grow and see what happens. The cissus I had propagated to put it back in my big pot of it, which I don't actually know where that's at right now. I think it's hanging by my back door, I think. I've made this Hoya very angry. I can never remember the name of it. I think this is dead. Like the stem itself is shriveled as well. The leaves are like so... There's no taco test. This is like a fruit roll-up test. I'm gonna throw it away. I've killed it. That's sad. I liked this Hoya too. I can never remember the name of it. But yeah, I was really trying. I think it just dried too fast, and then when I watered it, it was too late. I think the roots are just done because the stem's shriveled, the leaves are shriveled. That's not good. I think any roots that it did have probably rotted. I don't know, it still has resistance, amazingly. That stem looks so bad, it's not coming back. That's disappointing. I might actually work on sorting out my Hoya collection this year. Like rebuilding some. There's a bunch that I would like to have. Like I said, I'm not actively searching, but red vein Maranta, which is actually looking better since it's been living in here. Still have some dead leaves though. But yeah, it was giving me little teeny tiny growth. I don't know if you can see, but some of these leaves are like super small, like that. And now it's giving me slightly more normal size leaves. It looks like these new ones are going to be a pretty good size. So, it looks okay. It has suffered under watering, just about everything in this cabinet has. I think some of the things I've learned about plants over the years, about my plant care, some of the things I've learned about plants over the years, or about the way that I care for plants anyway, is that if it's difficult to get to, I won't get to it when I should. And that, and out of sight, out of mind, I'm really bad for that. Which, that doesn't mean that I forget the plant necessarily, but it goes too long without my attention because of that. It is really cold down here on this floor. I think I got all the crispies off. Looks alright. Some of the ends are still crispy. Maybe you can see some. I don't know. This was just one piece sticking up out of here. I think, did I get it as a rehab from Lowe's or somewhere maybe? I don't know. Like on the half dead rack, the clearance rack. I just call it the half dead rack because let's be honest. But it's done okay. Some sort of ripsalis back here. That's pretty dry. I'll water that. This is the other Wilbur Graves, Hoya Wilbur Graves that I was talking about. It's 2 in here, and while they have plenty of roots, I don't actually see new growth on either of the 2. I don't know. Like the roots are alright. It's pretty dry. That'd probably help if I'd water it. Maybe you can see them. Okay. Let me get some water. It's up on top. Throw these leaves away. And the dead plant. Okay. I'm gonna let that sit as it is and see if it sucks up any of that water. Did I want to water this? I could wait another day, I guess. I don't know. I can see that it's drying, but it's not dry. But it looks dry on the top. Let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and water it. I'm sure it's fine. That, and I think this plant would actually prefer a little bit too much water to not quite enough water, so. All right. Shove that right back there in the corner. I really can't remember what Ripsalis this is. If anybody has any idea. Is it like pseudo Ripsalis? Like Ramulosa or something maybe? I don't know. I have a few like that I just have no idea which ones they are. I know they're Ripsalis. There's a lot of Ripsalis. Which I personally think is marvelous because I love them. Okay, so I guess most of these guys who are in here are staying in here. And I'm just trying to shove them over so I can get this propagation station thing here out. And look at it. Oh my goodness, please don't spill. I don't know what this is. Oh, and it's gross and rotty. Gross. Okay. It looks like some begoners. What's left of my Syngonium Wendlandii, I believe is what that was. It's not really rooting yet. Got a dead leaf. Oh. The cut isn't dead, just that leaf. I'll cut it off then. I'm trying to pull it off and it wasn't coming. Philodendron Camposportuanum. That's rooting. I can pot that soon. Some Syngonium, just Syngonium Jade, the green one. Not Syngonium. Syndapsis Jade. And another piece of Cissus, because I break that all the time. Can I fish it out of there? It was sitting all the way down in the bottom. Like underwater. I'm not going to bother with that. That's rooting. They need a little bit longer. And I actually have one empty. I'll probably fill that tomorrow. Lichens, Philodendron lichens. Oh, I've got dirt all back in there. It looks like I've knocked over a pot and it just kind of went to the back. Oh, let me go get my other little vacuum because I still haven't cleaned or charged the other one, the first one. No, kitty, don't go in there. And don't drink that water or spill it. Okay, I have this one. It's just a little bit bigger and bulkier and it doesn't work as well as the little cheap Tinico or whatever it's called that I have. This is Shark. It was $100 and some odd more than that one. That one works better. Anyway. I guess that's better. Maybe I could use that to get in there too. Like in the cracks that or not cracks, the slots of that other plant stand that I was talking about earlier. I was saying I could get the shop vac. This would be easier. Okay, let me put these propagations back and then I'll go do that. And then I'm gonna put my rugs in the dryer. Pee-pee, ma'am, you're not a plant. And then I can go to bed. Can you not? Do you need light to grow? She's small and not very big. Look out, Peep Peep. Look out. Beep beep, ma'am. Move. Move. Move, please. You're not a plant. Come on, out, out, out. And I'll sort this out tomorrow too, this Syngonium. I think everything's gonna stay there and I'll probably find a couple more small things that can go down here. I might end up moving some of those anthuriums down. We'll see how they do there. Going forward. So far they're okay. They're not doing great, I guess. None of them. we've been plunged into darkness. Let lamb go. Okay, I've been putting it off long enough. I'm going to chop up some plants. The first one is this micans, philodendron micans, because leaves are falling off. It just looks bad. I don't know what went wrong with it. I haven't particularly underwatered it. I mean, no more than anything else, I guess. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I repotted it not that long ago, thinking that would help, and it still has just continued its decline. It is all tangled up with itself. It's very leggy, and it's not great. I'm just gonna chop and drop in this water here because it's not looking good at all. I'll put it aside for the moment because I'm going to put it in single node cuttings and water prop it, I'm pretty sure. I can't even tell what's going where. There we go. I'm just cutting everything loose. Or trying to. This is such a mess. It's really tangled with itself. At some point, I think when it first started looking bad, it was trailing and looked okay. But at the point that it started to look not so good, I just kind of, I think the last time I took it off of, it was on the shelf behind me, took it off of there to water it. Calm down, Jennifer. I brought it to the sink, and then when I was like waiting for it to drain, my cat wanted to mess with it, so I just kind of wrapped it up on itself, and it's sat like that ever since. And I didn't bother to untangle it. I'm cutting this way, way back. Way, way back. We'll sort out afterwards what's worth propagating and what's not, but for now it just needs cut pretty desperately. Pretty desperately, because it just looks hideous. Absolutely hideous. That's not even in the soil. I don't know if it had rotted or been pulled up or what, but yeah, that wasn't in the soil at all. Okay, that's pretty sad looking. I don't know if I should bother with trying to regrow from this. I don't think I will. I don't think I will. It just looks horrible. Absolutely horrible. I don't know what we're focusing on. Hopefully the plant. I'm so far away I can't tell. And I've got the monitor here, but I also still can't tell. I can't see well. Okay. Good thing I didn't sweep and mop this floor yet. A lot of the nodes are just bare, probably because they've lost the leaves that were there once upon a time. I'm not going to keep any nodes without a leaf. So like all of that stem, I'm not going to bother with it. This is just soapy alcohol water that I've got here. for the purposes of cleaning and depestifying, if that might be a problem. I don't know. But I know they're dusty. My plants are always dusty. And believe it or not, I do wash them. I don't really shower them very often. I've had issues with that in the past. Or at least I assume that that's contributed to my issues. Like a fungal or bacterial thing. I don't find micans to be the easiest philodendron to root. So, I don't know, hopefully it goes okay. That's such a tiny leaf, I'm not even going to keep the top cutting on that. Okay, next. So much empty stem on this plant. That and the internodal spacing is about 3 inches long. Like, that's just internodal spacing. There's no node there. It's quite a stretch. They're getting small down here again, so once again, I'm not even going to propagate them. Not that those were the biggest leaves, but they're bigger than those, so. That whole vine looks tiny and terrible. I'm not going to propagate that. I'm just trying to pick some of the better looking leaves slash cuttings to give this the best chance at regrowing potentially without looking completely heinous. These are kind of small too. I'll take the 2 better looking leaves off this vine. Oops. A lot of this looks like new growth. Like the color's good on the back, it's got that red color, and the leaves are nice and dark. So I am gonna take at least those leaves. The rest of them are questionable. Pardon my dog, my husband just left and my dog has just realized that a door opened or closed, or both. I might try to propagate this as like a top cutting, even though one of the leaves is small. It has active growth. I find that plants with active growth usually propagate better than plants that are stagnant, like not doing anything. Oh. The nodes even look dry on that. Like where the aerial roots were at one point in time look pretty dry. I'm not going to bother with that one either. Also, it's got tiny little growth. I really thought I was going to get more cuttings in that. I mean, I guess I still could if I need to, or if I felt the need to. I could go back and cut more of these leaves that don't look so bad. Because there's really not a lot here that doesn't. Oh, that one looks like it might actually grow. And it's not too teeny tiny. I think I have some more cuttings of this in my little terrarium jar thing over there, but they're tiny. And they have a weird color. I think it had gotten to the point where it needed some fertilizer or something. I just closed it up and I don't think I ever watered it or anything. I usually don't. Because it'll just do its own thing fairly well for quite a long time. I don't see anything there that I feel like I need. See a couple leaves here that are nice and dark, even though they're small. they have a decent color. So they don't look like they've been suffering other than being small. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the color is weird on the cuttings that are in that jar. I guess they're plants now. They're like, it looks like a pink micans or whatever they're calling it, you know, the variegated micans. It's not though, it's just pink because it's starving, I assume. I don't know, if I remember I'll show you that here in a little bit, because I might try to pull some stuff out of there and get it hardened off so that I can cut it again and actually propagate it properly. I'm just giving those guys a swish. All right, I'm gonna clean up my mess, let that sit for a minute, and then I'm pretty sure we're gonna put it in water to propagate, like little jars, and then in this cabinet, in the bottom, to hopefully root well. Am I just gonna throw all this away? I think so. It feels bad to throw away a bunch of plant, but at the same time, it wasn't serving the plant anymore. Alright, I'll be back. Half-ass clean this up before I actually full-ass clean it up. My little propagation jars that I got on the Amazon. It feels not great to have cut this plant up. I mean, in a way, it's like, yay, fresh start, but at the same time, I've had this plant for probably 6 years, and I've never just chopped it, but it was way overdue. I mean, I've cut it and propagated it before, just for the sake of propagating it, not because it needed to be started over, but it just looks bad. Quite unwell. And I'm not sure what went so wrong, but something definitely went wrong there. I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter and pull off the bottom leaf to hopefully get it to propagate down in there. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully a lot of these take. I'm not sure how many I've got here. What do I got in this jar so far? I have 5, 6, and I might try a 7th. Alright, that's 7 in there, plus the little top cut with its little bitty vine. I've still got a fair amount, I guess. I don't know, I guess anything that won't fit, I'll see if I can find a tiny pot that dries quick and put them in there and try to soil propagate them. I don't think I've had much luck, especially not this time of year, soil propagating like a majority of philodendrons. Hoya, yeah. Pothos, yeah. Some stuff, but not philodendrons so much. I don't know. I'll try it anyway, and I'll stick that in the cabinet, one of the cabinets somewhere, and see how that goes. Yeah, I'm gonna have some left over because they're just not all gonna fit down in here. See if I can fit one more, and that'll be 6 in here. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna set the plants behind me in front of this fan and wait a few minutes for the water and alcohol to evaporate off before I fill them. Was I particularly gonna, like, this is the yellowest leaf, why would I propagate that? I have no idea. Ugh. Okay, so that's gonna leave me with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cuttings to shove into a pot. And we'll see how many make it. Let me find a little pot I should have some clean ones back here, huh? Does that seem really big? I don't know, but this one seems really small. So this is the one I'm gonna go with. Come back, beanbag. All right. This is the same potting mix I use for everything. I know some people use different mixes for propagating or, you know, whatever. I don't. I don't. I probably should. Like something that was a little bit more water retentive. My hand was wet and I grabbed the handle of that spoon. It's my potting spoon. What, you don't have a potting spoon? But yeah, I just use the same thing for everything. I don't have room to store 8,000 different bins. I've already got a bin of leca, a bin of soil, a bin of pawn, a bin of moss, you know, all those things. And I just don't want any more bins. This is driving me crazy. I want to wipe this on my pants so bad because I'm a child. I'll be right back. Need napkins, paper towels. Okay. I'm better, I think. I'm thirsty, I know that. All right, I'm just gonna poke these right down in here and get more mud on my hands. I guess I should have brought the paper towels with me. Smart. That would have been smart. I expect some of these are just gonna rot. That's my luck. Or that's maybe just indicative of the level of precision I'm putting into this. They might do better in moss, I don't know. But my thinking is that for the amount of care that I'm putting into watering and stuff right now, moss is difficult for me to keep hydrated. And I'm just not going to invest even more time into checking moss every 6 hours to make sure it's hydrated. Speaking of, I wonder if that plant... Oh, the bag's empty. On the Syngonium chiapense, but it looks like it only wet about 6 inches of the pole. So I guess we'll refill that when we get done here. Actually, we'll refill that after I chop up the Hoya finlaysonii. I think I am going to put that directly in soil. I do have pretty good luck with Hoya soil propagating, so I don't see the point in adding extra steps, like as far as doing it in water or whatever, just to turn around and pot it back up in a couple days, when I can just skip the middleman. Skip the middleman and go right to putting it in soil. This looks so bizarre. Sad and bizarre. It's okay. Alright, that's fine. Same thing, I'm just going to set it over here in front of the fan and let it blow dry a little bit. And where did I put... Oh, the finlaysonii is up there. Okay, let me grab that. Alright. I'm just trying to untangle some of the vines that I've wrapped around. Looks like I've already cut some of it. Oh, maybe not. This is also wrapped around. Where's it going? Hello? Okay, so all three of those long vines are getting chopped. I say long, they're 4 foot, the longest one. maybe between 3 and 4. And 2 of them have peduncle. There's 3 peduncles that I see. It's okay, they might not drop. I don't know. Is this a slobbery Hoya? I can't remember. When I say slobbery, I mean the kind that just like drops sap everywhere. No, it's not. I'm not saying there's none, but it's not as bad as it could be. Just cut that back to there. And that one to there. Okay. I might chop on that some more, I'm not sure. Yeah, the peduncle on this one's all the way at the end of that tendril, the very end of which is dried up, so tendril vine. Let me, before I get to chopping on this too much more, get my pot ready because I will forget which end is which. It's not so bad with Hoya that have been growing up, but when they've been dangling, the leaf can face a weird direction and make it look like down is up. Yeah, they are actually slobbering a little bit. Perfect. All right, set them aside. Let me find a little pot, or actually a pretty good sized pot. I don't want any of those. Yes, I do. I lied. It's a clear one. I like to spy upon the roots while they develop. This one, I guess that's 4 or 5 inch. I'll say 4 inch. I don't know. Where's the? Do these twist themselves up? I didn't set them down like that, did I? I think maybe I did. Okay. I'm gonna try to leave enough stem to tuck them down in there, which shouldn't be a problem because the internodal spacing on this is pretty long. Oops. I'm just cutting right above each leaf and then leaving enough stem to work with. That's the plan. If I cut above the leaf, that way I know it's the top if I cut close to it. And just trimming the bottom to be manageable. Some of these leaves are small and ridiculous, but it's okay. Even a big magical plant can grow from a small ridiculous leaf. This one here has a peduncle as well. I don't know how close I can get it or if it's focusing, but I'll show you closer after I get done chopping this to oblivion. And this one has 2 peduncles. All right. And some bare stem. I'm gonna leave this one leaf cutting is gonna have 2 peduncles on its vine. And then cut above this other peduncle so that this is another 1 leaf cutting, because this one had 2. If I can get it closer. I don't know if it's focusing. I'm so sorry. I hope it is. Like I said, either way, I'll make sure I show you a little bit closer. Just get everybody nice and wet. All right. This one has a peduncle on the end too. Okay. That's gonna be a one leaf cutting with a weird long vine. But it's fine. Maybe I can get that one closer. I don't know if you can see it bouncing around on the end there. And then two more one leaf cuttings that we're gonna shorten up a bit. I'll leave that a little bit longer. I'll need longer stems toward the center probably to reach over the other leaves. I think this one bloomed in the fall this year, like September, maybe beginning of October, somewhere in there. That was the last time it flowered. It's not that it's doing that badly, it was just looking, you know, not doing its best. Hydration issues, oops. I'm just gonna stab these way down in here. Is that the technical term for how you do it? Stab them in the soil? I don't know. Okay, the battery did indeed die, but I just continued because my hands were wet and dirty. But yeah, the peduncles. There's one there. There's one further down in the pot. There now. There. So yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna be alright. What is stuck on there? I'm just gonna water it through, and I guess we're gonna stick it in one of the cabinets somewhere, probably this bigger cabinet behind me. And I'm gonna do the same with those. Did you see the leaf just fall out? The water will help them stay. Maybe I need to go closer to the edge actually with that. But yeah, once I water them, that'll help kind of like pack the soil around them a little bit better. I could try to poke it down, but yeah, there's a lot going on in there for me to be jamming my fingers in the way. I'm setting it in the fan to dry also, but these two with the micans are dry. I guess I can water those now. Put my bean bag back over here in the doorway. I guess I'm going to leave the rest of the Finlaysonii alone for now, until I see how its cuttings make out. This is the micans. I'm just putting it in here on this bottom shelf. Still kind of cool on the bottom shelf, but probably also more humid than elsewhere in this room. So, all right. Now I've just got to water the two soil ones and put this Finlaysonii away. Okay, and I just put the Finlaysonii up on this shelf and the other micans down here, and I am going to dump this out and wash this pot. This was the base of the micans. I just don't see the point in keeping this. I feel like some of the cuttings and maybe the plant that the cuttings that I potted up are gonna be fine. This is not nearly as hard to replace now as it was 5 years ago. I'm telling myself this so that I don't keep this. So yeah. All right. I am going to get, yeah, it's all the water that was in there, it only managed to wet this pole about 6 inches down. So I'm gonna refill that. And I forgot to water, this is fine now, the Cebu Blue, not that you can see. The Cebu Blue, it's fine, but the pot still didn't get watered at all, so I'm gonna bring that some water. Actually, do I have any in here? Yeah, I'm gonna water that. And I'm also gonna take the bag out of it and refill that as well, because I still have Philodendron Florida Beauty on a pole that needs to be watered. I think I already watered the Jose Bono that's on a pole. And I think upstairs there's Baltic Blue Pothos, and I know down here there's a Gisenia. So yeah, I'm gonna refill the bags and get those into rotation. Sorry, my bird is upset that I'm talking to someone other than her. Right, cuddle, cuddle? Okay, I've got a nice full bag. I usually don't fill them this full because if you're anything like me, it can be disastrous. Ooh, like I almost dropped it on these plants down here just now. Because as long as there's gravity, these bags will continue to empty. And I have a habit of just opening it wide open and then walking off because I get impatient waiting for the 250 milliliters an hour to come out. So yeah, I've made a mess. I have made a mess doing that. Like, water just continued to flow through the pole, then through the pot, and then out onto my floor. I have flooded my house. 250 milliliters at a time. But yeah, so that's what I've got it set to currently instead of wide open, because it's halfway where we want it. I've got the Gisenia, I moved that here, put the Cebu Blue over there, and I'm gonna go get the other bag and hook this one up same way because it's crunchy, it's recently fallen over, it's had a time, not a good one. Okay, let's see, past the philodendron. I'm trying not to stab a hole in it with this euphorbia. Be nice, euphorbia. Don't you go pokey poke poking. Please? That's so close to touching that bag. I don't know, can you see? Probably not, it's kind of behind. But yeah, it's like millimeters away. Is it actually touching it? I don't think it is. I can't tell. I'm setting this pole to 250 milliliters per hour as well. Actually, I'm going to open it wide open for just a second because that's so dry. Just get it flowing and kind of saturate the area where it's going to make contact before I cut it back to 250. If I stand here with it while I'm waiting, maybe I won't forget. It's terrible. I always think I'll remember to cut it back to 250 from wide open. I seldom actually do remember though. Alright, I'm gonna put it on 250. I can hear water like crackling through, if that makes any sense. So now I'm at this point where I'm like, do I just clean up my mess, because there's still plenty of it down there, and scrub and brush the floor and put my rugs back, or do I repot like a plant like before I clean? I don't know, I think I'm going to call it for today as far as repotting and making a mess goes, and I'm actually going to finish cleaning because then I can kind of do some more rearranging, which I've been wanting to do. So by cleaning this room, I'm basically moving things like the pots and those poles that I said I was going to take care of yesterday. I didn't. I got some of the pots washed, but there's still plenty more. Basically, I'll be moving those to another room and making a mess in there. Because I'm not going to wash them right now. I'm just not. I'm going to do that. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way, I guess. And put it in the way somewhere else to deal with later this evening, probably. I'll probably like put on a podcast later or something and just stand there and scrub for a while. It's a pain in the butt because I don't want the soil that's stuck in the pots to go down my sink. So I have to like wipe each one out over the trash can first. Speaking of, I need to take out the trash in here. That's always something. But yeah, so it's many steps, I guess, is what I'm saying, just to wash the pots. What a pain. What a pain. This is life. My poor husband is going to be so very unhappy when he sees that I've piled pots in front of the sink again. It's okay, because he piles dishes in the sink, and I take care of that. These need to go straight upstairs, these poles, because they don't need to be hanging out in front of my sink. Oh. It's hard to pick up 3. There we go. I got them. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh my gosh. He's heavy. Right. Well, that helped quite a bit. Okay. I've got a fountain down here. I'd like to plug this in somewhere. But the problem is wherever I put it, my cats find it. Because they really enjoy drinking all the water out of it. That, and I always worry about like things leaking all over the floor. If they're like just a little bit not level, like my humidifier does it. It's in a tray because of that. I'm always worried that this is going to do that too, and it's just going to pump itself dry. Just pump all the water across the floor. And I refuse to set it anywhere higher because the cats drink out of it and might knock it over. And that's why it's remained unplugged and unused for so long. I'm going to set it up somewhere. But for now, it's going on this shelf. Forgot this plant pot that needs to be washed. My bowl of soapy alcohol water. Phew, I am warm. This heat's got to turn off. I think it's like a heat wave outside. It's 30 some odd. What is it? It's 34 outside today. And it looks like a lot of the remaining snow is gone, even in between the trees. That's exciting for me. I miss sunshine on my body. I'll wash the scissors too while I'm at it. Okay, I need to brush the floor. Because it's a mess. I'm eating my hair. I feel like I want a haircut, but I also don't. So, that's fun. I'll just continue to fight with it in my face all the time. More stuff on the floor. Any cobwebs while I'm at it? Yes. Cobwebs everywhere. So many cobwebs. It's the house of webs. Oops, I left the Closet of Shame's light on. And there's one window too. All right. You know, maybe I should empty this trash can first so I don't dump dirt everywhere. Like that. I don't know if you heard it, but stuff fell out of the handle. Like there's an indent on the swing lid, like for gripping. It's everywhere. That's perfect. Right, let's try that again. Brilliant. Right. Managed to pick up a lot considering I just swept it. I am hot. Whew. What a weenie. Okay, bud. I set a timer so that I actually remembered these, and I set them wide open. The plant drippy hydration bag things. Freshly laundered rug. I think this one shrunk. Oh, I forgot one. The one that goes in the doorway. Need to cut that tag off. It's always sticking out. Just haven't gotten around to it. We're gonna get around to it today. Much better. Okay, I think I'm happy with the level of cleanliness. Is it perfect? No. Is it better? Yes. I can live with this. I still have my philodendron Jose Bono. It's not massive, but it's big enough that it's massive in any space I put it in. I don't know where to put it. If I put it here, it would take up that entire space, like where I have the Syngonium chia pence. I mean, yeah, it's too big to go there. I can't really fit anything else on that half of the room over there. But maybe somewhere down here. I don't really want to set it in the floor. Let me go get it. Okay, so it's not the tallest plant or anything, it's just got a bit of a spread on it. Can you see it down there? Probably not, huh? It's just got enough of a spread on it that it's like hard to find a space for it. Can you see how uneven my floor is? Or not solid? I have the strongest desire to stick another table here and set it up on that table. But then it's going to grow weirdly toward one side because of the light, the window. Even if I have plants, like if I have them near a window but also near a light, they always go for the window. And this is not the brightest window. It gets a little bit of morning sun. It's sort of northeastish facing. What do I do with this plant? Get distracted by other things instead of dealing with the plant? Yeah, I hate that. What do I do with it? I really do not know what to do with this plant. I need a sturdier saucer. It's got one of the flimsy plastic ones. And I don't have a sturdier one. That's a pain. Okay, I don't want it sitting directly on the floor because the floor is cold in this house. Oh my gosh. That's not stable at all. What do I do? Do I set it directly in the bottom? Is that better or worse? It's actually much better. If I water it in place, that'll be a problem. I'll have to remember not to water it in place, I guess. Or I'll cause a flood. I really don't love it there. But for now, I'm thinking this chair is probably going to leave this room. It doesn't really get used a whole lot. I use that bean bag more than I use this chair. Most of the time I just sit directly in the floor. I don't know. Maybe if I put the saucer there with it, I'll see it and go, oh. Probably not. Okay. Are you fine there? Do you hate it? I guess it'll be alright. This plant stand right here, I don't really use it a whole lot. It's just gotten unstable, unsturdy. Somewhere I have an Allen wrench, I could try to tighten it, but it seems like the hardware is tight. It's just the pieces, the individual pieces themselves are wobbly. That's not great. So I'm going to take the plants off of there and take that out of here, because I just really don't trust it anymore. The plants that are on there are not looking so great. Oh, this needs water. This space here, when this is on, this mini split, it kind of does blow down on whatever's down here. So it's not the most ideal place for plants. Don't reach your finger into the air out window. It says so underneath. I wasn't going to. So it's hard to use this space or make this space practical for pretty much anything. I don't know. I guess if it was a pretty tough, well-established plant, it could go there. I don't know. Oh, more pots. They're actually clean though. This poor Monstera. It's not getting any light except for what it gets from the window or just, you know, incidental from the room. It was leaning, even though I put this PVC in there, it was leaning and looking even droopier. It feels hydrated. I think it's just not figured out that I fixed the pole again. I really don't want that down here anymore either. I don't know what to do with stuff. I'm going to take the whole plant stand and all and move it, I think, into my bird room. It's less cold in there anyway. I'm really like just sitting here asking myself, what can I do with that space? Couldn't even see the Monstera aurea I was talking about. There was one there. I have my mottled dragon, philodendron mottled dragon on a pole. I might put that here. It does okay in low light. Right now it's upstairs relying on a completely shaded window, and it hasn't been watered in a couple weeks. I think I'm going to put it here. I'm going to go get it. Is that going to get absolutely fried there? I think it might. I think it might. That's a terrible idea. It's growing so ridiculously. The leaves are turning weird directions to try to face whatever light it was getting from that window. Does it look better on this side? Not especially. I don't know what to do with this. I've been saying I'm going to cut it, but I haven't gotten around to that. I really don't like it there. I think it's too tall. Could I switch it with the Jose Bono? Let's try that. Probably won't like that either, but let's see. I think that there at least won't get fried by the mini split, but I think it's going to reach all kind of stupid directions because of the window. I mean, it's already kind of gone every which way anyway, right? Do I just twist it a little bit and give in to the fact that it's going to reach for the window? I mean, sure, that's okay, I guess. It's not better. That's not better at all. I guess at least I can move this, though, when I need to get back here easily, because it's on wheels. Maybe I should lock one of them so it doesn't roll away. Where's the lock? Does this one not have locks? The other one does. This one does not have locks on the wheels. That's unfortunate. I can see that just rolling across the room randomly in the middle of the night when the house ghost decides to mess with me. Oh. I don't know. I guess it's okay there for now. Hopefully the cats don't feel the need to mess with it. I need to get that an IV going too, if I ever get these other two plants hydrated. So both of these plants are currently wide open, and hopefully I don't forget the drips on them. This one here, it's been a few hours, and it's made it maybe 4 inches down the pole. That one there is probably a couple inches, maybe 2-3 inches further than it was. The moisture level, I mean, as far as where it gets crunchy. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait longer. Just gonna wait longer because it's taking forever. But I'm gonna stand here and stare at it for a little while it's just wide open, so I don't forget and flood my house, because that's not ideal. But yeah, still didn't get my repotting done. I think because one of them is in a trough planter. It's a Philodendron Summer Glory. It's in my bird room. I want to put that in a trough planter, and it's, you know, yay long, but then you have the problem of it's in a pot this big. It's going into a pot that's 2 feet long, maybe more, I'm not sure. I'm gonna say at least 2 feet. Where do you put that afterwards? I mean, the plant itself is that big, but the pot, you know, it sticks up, it fits in places where it will not when it's in a bigger pot. So that's problematic. But that's one that I'm going to have to put off, because I'm just not prepared to make another mess when I just halfway got it clean in here. So that will be next video, I think. But for now, overall, I'm happy with the progress I've made. I'm thinking about changing the level, like the shelves, moving those around. Because they're on a track system, so I can change, you know, how high or low they are. And I'm thinking about really dropping this, it's only 2 shelves, really dropping this one down much further, because I don't love plants sitting on the floor. And I can move more up, and this won't be such an issue then, I don't think, if I move this top shelf lower. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, still so much that I want to do. I'm just fizzling, and I've been recording for about 3 hours, so that's a little bit of footage for me to go through. So I guess next time, there's still a Hoya that I want to take off the trellis. Is it Numelarioides maybe? I've been wanting to take that off the trellis for quite a while and just haven't yet. I need to do that. I've got a couple anthuriums that probably could use a repot already. My motivation is waning at this point, and it has been, again, it's been 2 days that I've been doing this video. But I will probably start again on part 3 of the never-ending plant chores, just in preparation for spring. So, yeah, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out, and come back and check me out again soon. Bye.